Hey everyone, and welcome to the VitaCast, episode 23. I'm your host, Tyler Oltoff, and with me is Kyle Wakeling.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And Yuki doing our recording as usual, so thanks to Yuki again for using his time to help us out. Alright, so last week we missed, so we got few things to talk about, but first let's talk about the games that we played before we started recording, and I've played a couple games, more than I did last week, I think. I played a little bit of, and of course I forgot. Oh, that's right. Starlight Inception, that game just came out last week. It's pretty fun. It's interesting. Definitely got to play it some more. There's a few things I don't like about it, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Did it improve a lot from the beta?
Debatable. Like, you know how the beta was literally just that, like, tutorial part?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I played the tutorial part and I was like, okay, it's like the same thing, but I think there's a few things that are noticeably different, but there's also a lot of things that I was just like, ugh, like, this is really on the Vita right now. Like, I mean, it's fun flying a spaceship, but, like, there's a mission, like, right after the tutorial where you have to, like, go to Chicago or whatever, so there's, like, a whole bunch of buildings, but you can't see any of the buildings until they're, like, almost right in your face. Like, they have to load or whatever. Like, there's, like,
the draw distance sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. But I'm still enjoying it. Like, when you're actually flying in space, everything's awesome, but I noticed that, like, cityscape part is not very fun. What else did I play? Oh, I played a ton of MLB 14 because I'm reviewing that game. Hopefully I can get that done this week. Basically, I've played all of everything I need to review it, so I just got to write it up, and I'll be good to go. Also, been playing Conception 2. That game's awesome. Kyle, I want to know if you're liking it, because you said you hated it.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not so much liking the gameplay so far, but it's definitely funny, and it's got, like, its moments that I had definitely laughed out loud while reading the text.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable so far. I don't know. I reserve my judgment. I'm not that far because I have so much to do, and I've been kind of bouncing around.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun time waster, but I'm really enjoying it, so... I've had a lot of friends laugh at the text that they say in this game. It's kind of out there.
Man. Yeah, it borders on pervy, kind of, but it's so funny, and you know, like, you're not going to get naked or nothing, so it's okay. It's not, like, it's not safe for work or something. It's just pretty funny.
Right.
Although I wouldn't necessarily let your boss read it, but if you saw it, it probably wouldn't get you in trouble.
Yeah. And after that, the last game I played a little bit of is The Walking Dead Season 2, since it finally came out on the Vita.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Me too.
Nice. Yeah, that's about all I've been playing. What about you, Kyle?
All right, well, I've been playing Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, which I'm kind of getting towards my wit's end with this, so I'm looking to finish this as quick as possible now. Yeah, I don't know what the original was like, but this one, it's not great. I like it, and I keep coming back, and I probably would even if I wasn't reviewing it, just because I like the whole monster hunting genre, but
yeah,
it just seems very generic. Like, it just seems like if you took, like, an amalgamation of every, like, you know, RPG type game and just gave it kind of cheap graphics, that's what it would look like.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. It's okay. If you like boss hunting games, you'll probably like it, but otherwise, I'm not sure. And I've been playing Conception 2, not as much as anything else, but I've been dipping in here and there. And I've been playing The Walking Dead Season 2. My review of episodes 1 and 2 are up now on the site, so you guys can check those out. And I've been playing Hot Shots Golf because, you know, I can't get me enough Hot Shots Golf.
You and I really need to play another match of that. It's been a while.
Yes, we do. Especially since I just got new clubs and stuff, and so I'll kick your ass.
Oh, okay. We'll see about that. All right. That's all you've been playing?
Yep.
Alright, so after all those games we just talked about, let's head on over to some new games that will be coming out. What do we got this week, Kyle?
All right, so this week looks pretty bare, actually. We have a new game coming to PlayStation Plus in North America. That's Velocity Ultra. And we've got a PlayStation 1 Classic releasing. That's Bust a Move 4. But other than that, it's pretty barren. Other than we have some really good sales coming out of Japan. There's the Golden Week sale, and pretty much everything from Atelier Maruru to Ease Memories of Cellset is on sale.
Nice. Well, sadly, no new games, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe something will sneak out on us.
Europe is getting a new game. Europe is getting Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, so they can feel my pain.
Yes. I still haven't even really played that game, even though I bought it. Played like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, you should play it a little more and then tell me how you feel about it.
Well, I played the original like crazy, so far there's nothing really that's new that's grabbing me.
Yeah.
So
I can understand.
maybe I'll play it some more later, but at the moment I'm good. I got so many other games to play. Alright, let's head on to the news of this week. We got a bit, like I said earlier, we weren't here last week, so some of it stacked up, so let's get through it. First up, Conception 2 EU release date and free DLC details and full trailers. So, if you're looking for some free DLC, you should grab the Disciples Weapon Pack DLC, free for a month only, to get 5 new weapons for your party. You can also grab 2 new Monokuma-based quests that will be added in May. The Black and White Robo Bear from Danganronpa making his appearance for free as well. Other DLC will start rolling out weekly, and you can check on releases under the extras section of the Conception 2 website. And for European fans who have been waiting for the release date news, both the demo and the game will be available to you this May. We don't have the exact date, but we'll keep you updated as Atlas releases more specific dates. So, and also there's a trailer if you want to check out the trailer, so go do that. Next up, One Piece Ultimate World Red dated for North America. According to Bandai Namco Games' official website, One Piece Unlimited World Red has been confirmed for July 24th, 14 release date in North America. The game will be available either as a digital download or an exclusive retail copy available only at GameStop/EB Games for $39.99 US. And next, new details emerge for Oroshika Tainted Bloodlines. Following on from the news that SCE Japan Studios are bringing Oroshika Tainted Bloodlines to North America and Europe, more details have emerged to tell us what we can expect from the JRPG. This week's edition of Famitsu magazine outlines some of the features we can expect to see in, I'm just going to say Bloodlines. Tainted Bloodlines, formerly known as the West as Over My Dead Body 2. First up, we learn of 2 of the 8 job classes in the game. While details are still thin on the ground on the final 2 to be revealed, we learn that one will be a long-range soldier who uses cannons to fight, and the other class will excel at close-range combat whilst also having high evasion. We are also told that the goddess Nyako, who gave her own life to bring the family back to life after they were killed by the villainous ventriloquist Abino, will be joining your party later in the game. According to Famitsu report, Niriko will be a unique summoner type who can call upon spirits to help her and the rest of the party during battles. Oroshika takes place across an entire nation, and you begin with a faction of a family that are spread out across the country. Due to a curse, the family genes can only be passed to offspring through a ritual with gods. We are told that there may be an exception for this rule. According to the report, you will be able to visit other lands and have kids with people from the other tribes. On top of this, you will also be able to adopt children from the other tribes and hire temporary soldiers. Just over a month ago, we explained how you can expand your family tree in Oroshika. It has been revealed that you can unlock certain gods to use as possible candidates for the mating ritual by freeing them from enemies who have captured them. Oroshika Tainted Bloodlines is set to launch in Japan on July 17th and has a demo due to release on the 24th of April, which will allow players to get a feel for the game with over 1 year of in-game time to play through. And Oroshika Tainted Bloodlines is also coming to the West later this year, and as always, the Vita Lounge will keep you posted. So, yeah, that was a lot. Check it out.
All right, moving on. So we get a look at Hollow Fragments, AI, player analysis, and some detailed costumes. Of course, you can't see costumes through a podcast, but you'll have to look at the post for those. So one of the main focuses of the Hollow Fragment will be to build social relationships with other characters, not only for romantic purposes, but also because their usefulness in combat grows with your bond. While going on romantic dates will enrich your relationship with the heroines on a personal level, you can also bond with them on the battlefield. So it looks like upon completion of a level, you'll get a player analysis for your partners. This will give you a readout of how your player is doing after battle. So it gives you details such as their favorite sword skill, commonly used attack support skill, defense support skill, and debuff support skill. It'll give you their battle type. So if this one that they've shown here actually reads damage dealer, one who often aids you with switches and combo skills in combat, a reliable partner who risks life and limb alongside you. So I imagine there's others as well. And it gives you a relationship level, which it gives closeness rank 3, so it looks like you're ranked in closeness, and a max damage level as well. It also gives you 3 diamond-shaped diagrams, which indicate attack type, defense, and buffs and debuffs. And there's some screenshots here of the different characters in their different costumes. So you guys can check that out if you're interested. It's also notable that the PlayStation Portable game, Sword Art Online, didn't have an inventory management system, much to many users' dismay. And the PlayStation Vita title will. So there's a couple of screens on the post of that as well. Also, we've got here Lost Dimension coming to Japan this August. So a new role-playing game from Etrian Odyssey developer Landcars gets a name and a Japanese release date. The story, penned by Jun Kamagi, a talented writer who worked on the scripts of the Persona 3 movies and episodes of the Persona 4 the animation, goes like this. The end is a mysterious man who slaughters, destroys, and welcomes the world's destruction. He appears with the mysteriously erected monument called Pillar and proclaims war against those with abilities. A secret military agency of these ability users called SEALED quickly forms as a countermeasure to the end, their headquarters being the United Nations. Other involved animation and game talent includes Takeshi Oga, who helped with art in Gravity Rush, working on tower design art, and Yu Yamashita, who has worked on as an animator or animation director on series like Naruto Shippuden and Sword Art Online, will provide character design art. The original report in this week's Famitsu also mentions that the voice actors hired for the game's characters will be mainstream actors rather than regular voice actors. Lost Dimension will be released in Japan on August 7th, and we'll keep you informed as more information comes available. And we've got more details for Hotaru no Nikai. So they've been revealed now. We get a clearer picture of the story and gameplay in Hotaru no Nikai, Firefly's Diary. Set far in the future, the game follows Mayan, a little girl who wakes up on December 31st, the year 9999, not knowing where she is or how she got there. Your job is to help her escape this place by controlling one of 2 fireflies that guide her and by using objects to augment your play and maneuverability. The 2 fireflies exist such that one lives in the light and one lives in the shadow, each one having different abilities tuned to their environments. The light-loving firefly can make plants grow to open new paths for Mayan, while the shadow-loving firefly can move through the shadows and use a shadow link skill to move objects. While exploring the ruins, you can find memory fragments in hard-to-reach places. These memory fragments give you a glimpse of someone's past. These replays give you an idea of what happened in the past and the truth about how the owner became a corpse. And there's a bunch of screens here. So you can check out Hotaru no Nakai when it comes out June 19th in Japan. No word yet on localization.
Interesting. All right.
Very interesting.
Next up, Treasures of Montezuma Arena announced. So Treasures of Montezuma Arena is set to hit Vita with 3 all-new game modes, including a dynamic turn-based puzzle RPG story mode, a multiplayer tournament mode, and the classic Match 3 Endless mode. Paulina Pavlovskaya from developer Allwire had this to say about the story. I probably pronounced the name wrong, so I'm sorry. Quote, the story of the game revolves around ancient Aztec Emperor Montezuma, who was forced by the Spanish conquistadors to flee to an otherworldly place ruled by monsters and fight through enemy ranks to reclaim his freedom and gain power to return. End quote. Tournament mode justifies the arena part of this title's name, putting your skills to the test in either a one-off battle against a random player, a battle against a friend, or a weekly tournament with prizes. Bonuses and items provide tactical opportunities. These can be acquired with crystals, the in-game currency awarded after each battle. The more you play and the better you play, the more crystals you receive, but if you're too impatient for that, you can always buy some with real money. They also noted that the option to unlock the classic Match 3 Endless mode will always be there for you. It will help you find matches as quickly as possible for any indefinite amount of time until your score is high enough to reveal the deepest mysteries of the universe. So yeah. Though they weren't clear on a release date, you'll likely see it pretty soon, hopefully. Next up, Tales of Hearts are 100% confirmed for the West. After a very good indication that it will be coming West just a few days ago, we've now got an official PlayStation blog post to put all of our worries at rest. So I think there's the video where they took down and then they put it back up. Is that the video I'm thinking about, Kyle?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Alright. So yeah, they had a video go up and then they took it down, but now it's back up and all our worries are just set aside. I've never played any of the Tales games, so I'm really not sure, but it looks interesting from the video I watched and gameplay of other games I've seen. Tales of Hearts R is due out this winter, and we will keep you updated if there's any new news about it. Ragnarok Odyssey Ace hits Europe April 30th, so even though... Wait, that's tomorrow. Yeah. We've already talked about that in our new releases, so not really needing to talk about it. But yeah, Ragnarok Odyssey, Europe, April 30th, tomorrow. Grab it if you're interested.
Yeah, if you're interested. Alrighty, moving on. Some awesome news here. Tyler and I were excited when we heard this.
Yeah!
Hollow Fragment is coming to North America this summer.
Woo!
So Sword Art Online finally got localized.
Yeah!
Alright, so Bandai Namco recently revealed that Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment is coming to North America this summer as digital download. Though it won't be seeing a retail release over here in North America, it appears as though you'll be at least able to buy it digitally, saving me, Tyler, and plenty of others who've been excited about the title since the start, the import tax. If you haven't heard of Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, have you been sleeping through all the posts that we've made about it over the last, I have no idea how long, but it feels like once every 2 days. If you have, here's the gist. You play as a character of your own customization, original Kirito from the anime, who takes on a virtual reality game called Sword Art Online. In this game, you're dropped on the 76th level of the Tower of Aincrad, and told to escape the game, you'll need to reach the end of the 100th floor. Armed with some friends, or some AI friends if you can't find some ad hoc ones, you'll attempt to muscle your way to the top of the tower and end of the game. Winning the game means Kirito, or whatever you've named your player, gets to go back to his real life. So Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment will be released in North America this summer. No word on a European release, but yeah, be excited. Get the game. Show them the love.
Definitely.
Alright, next up. Monument Valley, possibly coming to Vita. So, Us 2, the developers behind popular iOS puzzle game Monument Valley, are looking to bring the title to PlayStation Vita. Released just last month, Monument Valley has quickly attracted tons of attention and skyrocketed to the top charts of iTunes. In an interview with The Guardian, developer Neil McFarlane said that the team is currently working on new levels, for the Android version of the game. When asked about bringing Monument Valley to other platforms, he said, "We're looking at getting it on the PS Vita, and a lot of people ask about the PC version, but we're portrait and touchscreen, so it's not easy. We could do it, but it would be a bit crap." Us 2 also has a notable history with Sony, having developed many of Sony's native apps on Xperia Android phones. Hopefully this means we'll be seeing this creative new title on the Vita sometime in the near future. Do you want to see Monument Valley come to the Vita? Well, I don't know. I've never really heard it. What about you, Tyler?
I don't know. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Not so sure. We'll have to see. You never know.
Yeah,
some of these games surprise us.
That is very true.
Alright, moving on to some more awesome news. So Danganronpa 2 hits Western Vitas this September.
Whee!
NIS America have announced a more specific Western release date for their upcoming title, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Originally released on PlayStation Portable in 2012, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair is now making its way to Western PlayStation Vita consoles September 2nd, getting a bit more specific on that fall date we'd heard previously. As with the first title released on Vita, it'll have a North American price tag of $39.99 and will be available to buyers in both digital and physical copy. Goodbye Despair moves the murder mystery to a place called Jabberwock Island, an uninhabited landmass where the game's plot unfolds. We won't be returning to Hope's Peak this time, but if it follows the same pattern of the first title, which we're fairly sure it does, it'll probably be just as much of a learning experience for everyone involved. We'll have more on Danganronpa 2 as we approach the September 2nd release date, so stay tuned to TVL for more on this highly anticipated sequel.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Alright, next up, Minecraft set to release in quarter 2 or quarter 3. It seems so long ago that we were treated to the news that Mojang's acclaimed hit Minecraft will be hitting its way to our portable of choice after Sony's Gamescom presentation, but it really seems that our wait could soon be over. Following a sneaky tweet from 4J Studios, which had the Vita version running behind a bottle of rum, our first view of the Vita version, Mojang then answered a few questions on the PlayStation blog. They said in the comments that they're aiming for a Q2 or Q3 release for the Vita version. The Vita version will be up to date with the console versions, and he expects the frame rate to be lovely and smooth. News on possible cross-buy/play will be announced soon, and they are exploring the possibility of transferring PlayStation 3 worlds to the Vita version. So, yeah, I'm hoping that game comes out soon, because I love Minecraft. What about Kyle? I don't know if you're into Minecraft, but are you?
No.
Yeah, screw you then. Anyway.
I'd honestly rather play with Legos.
Well, I don't have any Legos anymore, so Minecraft.
Me either, but...
So it looks like you're going to get Minecraft.
If I had to, I'd play Legos. No. I'd actually rather none, but if I had to, I'd play with Legos.
Fine, whatever. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Podcast over.
Tyler.
Alright, next up, One Piece Unlimited World Red's EU release date plus new media. So yeah, Unlimited World Red finally gets a European release date, and we bring some new information. So Europeans rejoice, not only have you gotten a release date for this new One Piece title, but it will be coming in one of 2 special editions as well. These special editions are available only to Europeans, as North Americans are only treated to the digital version of the title. However, you'll still be able to grab the anniversary pack costumes no matter what your region. Here's the contents of the first special edition, titled the Straw Hat Edition. One Piece Unlimited World Red full game, exclusive costumes, 10 outfits, Luffy Strong World outfit, and the anniversary pack with 9 outfits, commemorating Japan's 15th anniversary of One Piece's animated series. A unique quest where the two brothers are reunited, Flame Fist and Straw Hat. This terrific anniversary pack won't be sold later. We also get a Day 1 edition titled the Chopper Edition, the contents of which are below. Keyholder of Chopper, 10 stickers of the Straw Hat crew members in the game logo, wall scroll of Chopper, lanyard with Chopper, art book, the Taioka DLC pack, 3 costumes and a quest. They've also released renders of some anniversary costumes and a few new screenshots, which we've added below if you want to check those out. And you should also check out the 5-minute long Journey of the Pirate King trailer, which has been embedded in the story, so definitely head to the site and check this post out. One Piece Unlimited World Red will be available in Europe and Australia on June 27th and North America this July. So stay tuned for more. Now a question, Kyle, if you know, the Chopper Edition, does that not even come with the full game?
It must come with the full game. I guess they were just adding, like, what's extra compared to the other one.
Alright. Just curious.
Yeah, I don't think they'd, give you a special edition where there's no game. Just saying.
Yeah. Alright, next up, Ratchet & Clank Trilogy confirmed, question mark. I almost hesitate to bring this one out of rumor status, however it seems as if Sony themselves have confirmed our suspicions. Almost 3 weeks ago, Kyle posted, this was you, right, Kyle? Yep, this was Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle posted a rumor about the Ratchet & Clank trilogy based off a listing on the popular retailer website Shop2. Now it seems as if the listing on one of Sony's own websites has confirmed that rumor. This is what the listing that appears on a 100 by 100 PlayStation.it. That's an Italian Sony-owned website. It says Ratchet & Clank trilogy, PlayStation Vita. It has the code number, the date of release, and the price. It's not detailed, it's not pretty, and it doesn't have a cover image. However, the fact that it's even posted on their website is a tell in itself. The release date listed is July 2nd, which is a proper release day for Europe. That's a Wednesday. And carries a price of €30.99, euros, which is also quite plausible. So, it's looking quite likely, but they still haven't confirmed it yet, so it's still a rumor. Next up, Avoid Droid sets to release this summer. Originally announced last summer at E3, Infinite State Games is bringing their very unique arcade-style indie game to the PlayStation Vita this summer. Reading up on Avoid Droid, it's clear that this one's a bit unique. I've seemingly read about 12 different genre listings and been told back and forth that it's coming from iOS and going to iOS later. So you'll forgive me if I'm a bit confused and short in my description. Avoid Droid seems to be a game about patterns, dodging, and collection. Those 3 elements ruling the entirety of gameplay. The goal of the game, however, is to survive. The actual actions of your droid is able to take appearing to be limited to movement only. This isn't a game of attacking on brute force, it's a game of strategy, skill, and memory. There's also a trailer, if you want to check it out. Avoid Droid is set to hit PlayStation Vita in early June, so... yeah!
Yeah. Alright, moving on. Sega is porting Chain Chronicle to Vita. So Siliconera have just posted the news that Sega are going to bring their Android iOS title Chain Chronicle to the PlayStation Vita. The game, which is touted as a mobile RPG with a battle system akin to Plants vs. Zombies, has enemies from the Black Army advancing from right to left. With a cast of more than 200 and featuring voices including Akira Ashida, Ayane Sakura, and Katori Kawai, Taioni and Mugen Soul Z, I guess, you will need to assemble an army of your own. Chain Chronicle will be released in the summer in Japan. We will keep you informed of the event in the event of a Western release. And there's a trailer here as well if you want to check that out on the post. Nippon Ichi announces Shin Hayarigami. So Japan-only horror series Hayarigami comes to PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3 this August. So it appears as if Nippon Ichi has revived one of their not-so-recently used series, bringing Hey Origami, the last title of which was released on PlayStation Portable in 2009, to PlayStation once more. A game where you use logic to solve supernatural cases, Shin Hey Origami follows protagonists Saki Hoju and Sojiro Sekimoto as they try and capture a serial killer called the Blind Man, who murders his victims to feed his rage addiction. The Blind Man arc will apparently serve as a prologue for the game, with the player able to tackle one of 7 different arcs depending on the actions they take. A final arc will also be open for play once all 7 of the primary arcs are complete. Shin Hey Origami is set to be released on August 7th in Japan, with localization unlikely but never impossible. And Football Manager Classic 2014 kicks off in North America this May. Sega's Football Manager Classic 2014 is warming itself up for a May release in North America, according to developer Sports Interactive. Already available in Europe, Sports Interactive revealed in a tweet that they are hoping to release the football management simulator during last week's PlayStation update. May 6th has now been earmarked as a potential release date for the title, although it's not set in stone. The game will see a digital-only release in North America with no price currently set. Football Manager is well known for its addictive, time-consuming gameplay and has been cited as a reason for divorce by many Football Manager widows. And when a official release and price is announced, we at the Vita Lounge will keep you informed. Until then, why not read the review of the game Football Manager Classic 2014 by Paul Murphy. So you can check that out on the site if you're interested in North America, or if you're interested in Europe and you haven't got it yet.
Nice. So I goofed and I read Avoid Droid when it wasn't supposed to be read yet. I don't know if you caught that, Kyle, but...
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that was... I was supposed to end on the Ratchet and Clank. That was my last story. But so I'm just going to read 2 here, so keep...
All right.
Just so we can get back on the same page. All right. So, new weapons revealed for Freedom Wars. We've got a few new weapons to talk about. There's the light sword. These weapons will provide for quick and rapid attacks that will provide little room for your opponent to counterattack. The great sword, swords in this category, which also include hammers and tachis, I don't know what that word is. Anyways, will give you the ability to charge your attack to determine the level of damage to be inflicted. The downside is that while the sword is charging, you will be more vulnerable to attack. To compensate for this, the direction of the attack can be changed while the weapon attack is charging. The spear, these weapons will allow the player to attack from multiple vantage points, which what sets these weapons apart is that they increase in damage when the player is in a critical state, which presumably is referring to a situation in which the player's health is extremely low. Personal equipment, firearms. The personal firearms will be made for quick and rapid attacks while also allowing for use of the whip at the same time. The multi-purpose firearm. These guns will feature an increase in firepower, but at a cost of much lower ammo capacity. And then there's the team support firearms. Net guns, laser guns, and Gatling guns are some examples of the team support firearms. These weapons will provide a large punch while suffering from limited mobility and a reduced ammo capacity. More information is slowly being released about Freedom Wars as the launch date quickly approaches, and we will have more information as it comes. The game is scheduled for release on June 26th in Japan and sometime later in 2014 for Western territories. I can't wait.
Me either. It's going to be awesome.
Next up, Flying Hamster 2 secures outside funding. Game Atelier has canceled their Kickstarter campaign to fund Flying Hamster 2 after securing funding from indie game publisher FDG Entertainment. Funding from the action-adventure RPG was not getting much traction and had been stuck in the $30,000 range for a number of days. This is well short of the $150,000 goal they were originally seeking. In Game Atelier's press release, they note that this new arrangement will hopefully allow them to create a better product in the end, as they can begin work immediately and won't have to spend time and resources dealing with Kickstarter rewards for backers. That said, people who had decided to back the project will receive some reward for spreading the word about Flying Hamster 2, though there is no specifics at this time. FDG Entertainment's co-founder Thomas Kern stated, quote, FDG Entertainment is an indie game publishing company with a focus of high-quality, fun-to-play games. We've been following Game Atelier's impressive quality productions since the release of Flying Hamster and love their talent and passion, which made their games clearly stand out from the crowd. We've been excited about the Kickstarter project of Flying Hamster 2. Being gamers from heart since the early days, we couldn't do anything but fall in love with the game. We are convinced that this kind of game is what people are still looking for these days, so we jumped in to make sure this game is going to happen and fill us all with joy. We are excited to We're excited to cooperate with Game Atelier in order to make this game become a reality and wrap us back into the days of exciting 2D action adventures with the sensation of exploration and wonder, end quote. The plan now is to get the game completed and released on PC and Steam first before porting over to other platforms. Though there was no specific mention of the PlayStation Vita in the development timeline, but since it was on one of the original target platforms, it's safe to assume that it will be eventually making its way to Sony's handheld as well. So yeah, Flying Hamster 2, it's happening.
It's happening. Alrighty then, Tyler. Moving on. Oddworld Inhabitants has revealed more details on upcoming Abe's Odyssey remake, Oddworld New and Tasty. In a post on the publisher's website, we were told that they will reveal the game's release date before E3, which starts on the 9th of June, although the game will not see release until after E3 has finished. Oddworld New and Tasty will feature both cross-buy and cross-save features, so if you wish, you can play the game on your PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, and then carry over where you left on your PlayStation Vita at no cost. Speaking of cost, the pricing for the game has also been announced. We are told that Oddworld New and Tasty will release at $29.99 in North America, €24.99 euros in Europe, and approximately £19.99 in the UK. To top it all off, we're told that developer Just Add Water have spent the last few weeks improving the way that the creatures of New and Tasty behave, making the game a smarter and more exciting experience. As well as this, the level design has been refined to improve the game's flow. Until Oddworld New and Tasty's release date is announced, we will be sure to keep you posted on any further news here at the Vita Lounge. For now, though, there are a bunch of screenshots you can check out on the post. A new update, version 1.03, has been released for the Japanese version of Natural Doctrine, introducing some online improvements, adding 2 new co-op missions, and reducing the difficulty level for the single-player easy mode. So update V1.03 has been released today for Natural Doctrine, introducing various improvements to the title's online mode and adding 2 new co-op missions to your repertoire. Regarding the game's single-player mode, the patch significantly reduced the difficulty level for easy mode, a factor that many were complaining about, as not only are the actual mechanics difficult, but also help prevent some of the really tough situations you can come across by chance. The new difficulty level adjustment should allow players to understand the game better before jumping into higher difficulty setting, something many will likely appreciate. Natural Doctrine is currently available in Japan and will most likely be released in the West this fall with the update already rolled in. And Sony is removing PlayStation Mobile's PSN leaderboard support. According to Sony, the PlayStation Mobile leaderboard service will be shutting down on June 30th. Limited developer usage cited as the reason behind the removal. The following is an excerpt from an email sent to PlayStation Mobile developers in the last few days. Quote, Dear PSM developers, due to limited usage, we will be closing the PSM scoreboard service on June 30th, 2014. If your PSM application uses this service, please delete the scoreboard function and resubmit your application as soon as you can. Note, if your PSM application uses an external scoreboard service, no actions are required. Once we close PSM scoreboard service, it is unable to access PSM scoreboard service. Also, we are afraid, but we cannot provide any technical support such as transferring data from PSM scoreboard service to another scoreboard service. We are deeply sorry for this inconvenience and truly appreciate your understanding. End quote. As with any change that results in taking away something that was once available and possibly requiring extra work to fix the removal of a feature had it been implemented, it's no secret that many developers are unhappy with this change. Many games on the PlayStation Mobile Store rely on features such as leaderboards to provide replayability and competition among users, seeing as how the titles don't include online multiplayer. The removal of PSN leaderboards without providing a viable alternative will surely be a hit to the already struggling platform. What do you think about the removal of this functionality? Do you think it will have an effect on the PlayStation Mobile game market or simply a grossly underused feature? You guys can let us know in the comments, but personally, I think it's going to have an effect.
Yeah, I think it will. Just like you stated, it is. People like to use that as competition kind of thing and whatnot. And if they don't have that, they don't feel like playing really anymore.
Yeah.
Or buying the game in the
Fix
first
your
place.
service, guys.
All right. Up next, another world possibly coming to the PlayStation Vita. Where am I going? Oh, recently, eagle-eyed neo-gaffer Pennywise discovered the listing, which also included ratings for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, and the 3DS. While the game is already available on PC, iOS, and Android, no console port has been mentioned as of yet. This was posted on a German ratings board, the USK. Eurogamer reached out to the Digital Lounge, the developers of the game, for a comment and received an interesting response. Quote, "We do not comment on rumors, especially since everybody is now fully aware." End quote. So that is about as good a confirmation as any, but we are still waiting on an official statement. Interesting. I have no idea what this game's about, so I'll definitely check it out. But for now, let's move on. Little Big Planet Oddworld DLC incoming. Everybody's favorite Mudokan is coming to Sackboy's World this week. Are you ready? The new Oddworld Abe costume will be available to the PlayStation Store in this week's update. Here's the word from Steven Isbell, the Little Big Planet community manager. Quote, "We're no stranger to the fine folks at Oddworld inhabitants and Just Add Water. So when we heard about their upcoming Oddworld new and tasty game, we simply couldn't resist adding Abe to our collection of visitors from Oddworld. He's so friendly and lovable, you'll want to just munch him right up." End quote. I like the puns. Anyways, are you pumped to join the Little Big shenanigans with the new Abe costume? It'll be available for $159 when it releases in Europe this week, with pricing for the UK and North America to be revealed with the store updates. Cool. Costume. Yay. I need to get my copy back from my friend. He's borrowing my Little Big Planet right now.
I never thought you'd let that bugger go, all those levels that you mess around with.
Yeah, I bought that DC comics pack or whatever, and I still haven't even installed it. It's still saying waiting to install because I don't have the game right now.
Nice.
All right. Next up, release imminent. It's a lot of V's. The Vita version of the unforgiving indie platformer V is said to be getting ready for an imminent release. Speaking about how the PlayStation Vita port has spurred the completion of the mobile ports, developer Terry Kavanagh gives us sure gives us a hint at how close we're getting to a release. So, hopefully soon. Yay.
Alrighty then. So moving on, Clannad coming to Vita this summer. So to celebrate the game's 10-year anniversary, developer Prototype is bringing love adventure game Clannad to PlayStation Vita this summer in Japan. The PlayStation Vita release is set to support high-resolution images, touch input, and PlayStation Vita TV support when it launches this summer. It'll cost you 4,800 yen, which is about $47 US for the retail version, or 4,300 yen, which is about $42 US for a digital download copy. As a bonus, users who own the PlayStation Portable version will be able to download the Vita release at a discount price of 1,500 yen, which is about $15 US. We'll have more on Clannad as we approach the release, but there's no word on localization at this time. Next up, we've got a new game announcement for Infinity Runner. From UK-based indie developer Wales Interactive comes a new free runner game, Infinity Runner. Described as a clash between Mass Effect and Mirror's Edge, Infinity Runner puts you in first-person shoes of a prisoner trying to make your way out of a spaceship in the process of being destroyed. You can see the slick sci-fi action of Infinity Runner in the trailer, which is embedded in the post. The developers also stated that Infinity Runner will have a single player consisting of 14 uniquely designed levels and a mysterious multiplayer mode that allows up to 32 people to play head-to-head. Infinity Runner is set to come out first on PC platforms June 2nd, followed by consoles including Vita later this summer. And there's also some screenshots embedded here if you want to take a look. And Freedom Wars to get a standalone demo. So currently only available if you buy Soul Sacrifice Delta in Japan. Sony Computer Entertainment Japan will release a standalone demo for Japan Studios' upcoming action RPG Freedom Wars. In a post on the Freedom Wars blog, we are told that an announcement will be made on May 22nd to detail the release date for the demo. The demo, set for release on the Japanese PSN store, will offer players a limited trial of the game. Freedom Wars is due to release in Japan on June 26th and was recently confirmed for release in the West. And when we find out more information on the demo and any further information on the game itself, we at the Vita Lounge will be sure to keep you posted.
Alright, we're at our last two news stories, everybody, so you stuck with us this long. You might as well finish. Alright, new modes and features for One Piece Unlimited World Red. When Bandai Namco's One Piece Unlimited World Red releases on the PlayStation Vita, it will release with extra features that were not available in the original 3DS version of the game. One such feature is the new Corrida Coliseum mode, in which you'll be taking on Doflamingo, amongst others, in a post on Ganbarian's developer blog. We are told that the game's Battle Coliseum mode takes place at the aforementioned Corrida Coliseum in One Piece's Dressrosa arc, where we will see the Mugawar, I can't pronounce that word, Pirate's Face, Don, why are there so many names I can't pronounce right now? Pirate's Face, Dan I'm not even going to try. Doflamingo. The blog goes on to tell us what, in One Piece Unlimited World Red, this is a new mode with 4 different ways for the player to fight, and here's what we can expect. The first mode is Battle Royale mode, where cooperation is key if you wish to emerge victorious as you and your partner battle it out against 2 or more tough opponents in the arena. Up next we have Duel mode, which is as the name suggests, we'll see you take part in one-on-one battle. In this mode you will be constantly attacked, so ensuring that your solo skills are up to scratch is vital. Another of the new modes is Brawl mode. Here you'll be taking on a bunch of low-key enemies. It is said that characters that have range attacks or attacks that can deal damage to multiple enemies at once will have the upper hand in this mode. And to cap it all off, we have the Boss Rush mode. This mode is self-explanatory, really. Here you take on bosses one after another. Boss mode is said to be tough, but it is also potentially the best way to level your character up, as well as as well as the modes mentioned above, there is also a special match feature that throws up different battles for your character. Victory in these bouts will see you receive a huge boost in rank, as well as having their own original side stories. To top it all off, One Piece Unlimited World Red will also feature various story developments that were not included in the original, giving you the opportunity to get your own dream combination of characters to take part in this mode. Releasing for the PlayStation Vita in Japan on June 12th, with the Western release set for late 2014. Be sure to check the Vita Lounge for all news regarding One Piece Unlimited World Red as it happens. And our last story. The OFLC rates Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate for AU release. The Australian Classification Board has rated Warriors Orochi 3 Unlimited for release, a sign that a release in English lies in the game's near future. Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate is a crossover between Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, and it seems like it's going to cross over the Japanese border very soon. A page on the OFLC indicates that Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate has been rated for Australia, which generally points to a future release in the territory. The listing also points to multi-platform, which can only mean Vita, as the title is only available for PS3 and Vita in Japan. There's also the listing we posted, so if you want to check that out and see it for yourself. Though it's not inconclusive proof of an English version, I would say it's a pretty good indicator of one. So keep your eyes on the Vita Lounge for more on Warriors Orochi 3 as it develops. And we are done with the news.
Yes, we are, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well, we have a little talking point here, and the talking point is that PSP PS1 download glitch that happened last Monday.
Yeah, that thing. That was like where people could download Crash and Spyro, all the games that weren't available, right? Before?
Yeah, anything that was still on, I guess, the PlayStation servers, and was still like up as a digital copy, so some games didn't get digital copies, but was pretty much unlocked on Monday for download. If you'd already bought it or whatever, you could go into your download list on Vita and actually download the game, or I believe you could also go on to the Sony Entertainment Network website and use that to remotely download as well. So they had apparently at the time updated some sort of statement in the code, and it was probably an if statement. So they changed something to try and make something available, and it flipped them all. So every title that they had that was on there, even like things that weren't compatible, like PlayStation Portable themes, were available to download on the PlayStation Vita for about 4 days. It lasted from the 21st to the 24th before they turned the switch off.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting because a lot of people, I was reading NeoGAF forums and stuff like that. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, really? And all these games are available? I'm going to buy a Vita for that," and like all this stuff. So. And then, like, Sony didn't respond, so people thought, maybe it was they had done it early by accident or something like that. So people went out and bought Vitas, and just crazy stuff happened. People bought like a ton of games and like didn't get them all downloaded and stuff like that. And then they flipped the switch on the 24th, and people were just pissed. Like, I read people saying, I'm throwing out my Vita, like stuff like that. People like calling who had called to complain or whatever because they like bought 50 PlayStation Portable or PlayStation 1 games that weren't available, and then they were sitting on their PlayStation 3. They were about to transfer them, and like they flipped the switch back, and then they couldn't get them on, and it was just a mess. It was a really big mess.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you download any games or do anything with that? Or?
I did not, because I didn't have any games that were on the no download list. Like, I want some of them, like Spyro and Crash, but when I heard about this, I didn't have any money to buy the games.
Yeah.
So,
what was like even kind of weird and kind of made people especially think that, they had done it purposefully was that sale that they had right before Monday. Like, I think it was a flash sale for the weekend, the 99-cent sale, right? So they had like all these games, Crash and I don't remember Spyro was on there, but that's another big one that was missing. They had all these games that were up and they were for 99 cents, and then the next day, as soon as the sale goes off, bam, they're all available.
Yeah,
it's just really, yeah. So I don't know. I think they kind of handled it a little bit wrong, and it kind of did screw people a little. Like, I mean, the people who got the games, like if you actually downloaded one of the games to your Vita and it's still on your Vita, it'll work. Like, it wasn't disabled or anything. It's just now you can't get it on and off the Vita, so there's no way to
so don't delete it.
Do that. Yeah, so don't do that. I don't think we've got confirmation whether or not you can transfer to a PC and then back, but I'm pretty sure you can't transfer to a PS3 and back because it checks. So yeah. So if you got the games, then you're lucky, and that's awesome for you. But if you didn't, or if you bought games and then they locked it, I feel bad for you guys. And
for sure,
it sucks that Sony didn't make any comment.
Yeah, I'm sure if you go talk to call customer service or something, they might refund you and remove it from your account.
Maybe.
A long time ago, way back in the day, I accidentally put a $50 PSN card on the wrong account, and I called them, and the first guy said they couldn't do it. Like, I wanted to switch the money to the other account, and they're like, we can't do this. And then I called again, later, just to see if I got a different guy, that'd be nice to me. And the guy's like, let me get my manager, and they actually switched the $50 out of my other account and put it in the account I wanted it to be in. So
right. Well, I know I'm pretty sure the rule is you get one. So if you go and make a stupid purchase, or you put the money on the wrong account, you can call them or whatever and get a hold of the customer service, and you get one where no questions asked, they'll fix something for you. So if you do mess up once, you buy a game, or your little cousin gets on your Vita or your PS3 or something and buys a game, you can call in and get it fixed. But I think you only get one. Or maybe it's one a year, but I know you get one.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you bought them all in a bulk, buy, you might be able to get away with it.
You never know. Unless you try, right?
Yeah, that's true. And you never know anyway. You might get a hold of a nice manager who bypasses the rule anyway. So you never know. Just keep calling until you get results.
Nice. All right. Well, hopefully not too many people were affected by that, but it seems like enough for it to make a noise.
Definitely.
All right. So let's head on over to listener mail. What do we got this week, Kyle?
All right. We've only got one listener mail this week, and it's from Gibbs Raynock from Salt Lake City, Utah, and he's at CrowSmack on Twitter. He says, Suikoden 2 may be coming to Vita soon. What other PlayStation 1 game do you really want to see? And he says, for me, Valkyrie Profile.
Does he just mean playable on the Vita, or remade on the Vita?
Well, I believe Suikoden 2 is coming as a it was never available as a classic, and now it is coming as a classic. So I guess they're saying games that aren't available that you would like to be available.
Well,
so I guess you could use games. Yeah,
yeah. That I would probably just choose one of those because there's not really many games that I need or want from the PlayStation 1 era. So Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or. I've really wanted Croc. I played that game a lot when I was really young, and I know it's probably a horrible game now, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I haven't played it since I was a little kid, so I don't really know how it is anymore, but I remember playing that game all the time, and I'd love to see that game come to the Vita, even though it's not a very well-known game, so I doubt it will. But who knows? You never know.
Yeah, you never know. They could bring anything.
They could, and then they could take it away.
Yeah, they could take especially if they don't tell you they're bringing it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't even think of anything. A lot of people, they have their lists of games that aren't available. So I'm just gonna say one, I guess, for other people who've been requesting it, and that's I believe it's Phantasy Star Portable 2, maybe something like that. I don't know. I believe that's what most people were saying, it's not on the store and they want it and they thought they were going to get it when this whole thing switched, and because it was never available digitally and never came up. So yeah.
Oh, another
That's
one.
The one
my friend has been wanting. I think it's called Crisis Core. It's the Final Fantasy VII prequel, I think. Anyways, yeah, my friend's like, he just bought the Vita, and he's like, do they have it? Do they have it? And I was looking, I was like, I don't. And he's like, ah! So, he really wants that game to be on the Vita, so. I think it's called Crisis Core.
Just bring all the games.
Yeah. Come on, Sony.
Don't worry about picking one here and there. Just bring all the games.
Yeah, even if the publishers don't like that we did, just do it anyways.
just make all region accounts available, like wherever you are, and then make it easy to switch accounts, and then even if they don't have it on their store, they can switch to another store and buy it. How about that one?
Nice. I like that idea too.
There you go. Because we use them anyway. It's not like you're going to block us from using other region stores. So just make it easy to switch, please. For the love of God.
Yeah. All right. That was the only question, right?
That was.
All right. So let's head on over to the game recommendation for the week, and that's me. And I am picking Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. This game is badass. There's a few things that I don't like about it, like the connection sometimes online, but the gameplay, single player, and all that is just amazing. I mean, it makes it feel like you're in the TV show kicking ass. So, yeah, go buy it. The sad thing is it's only digital, so if you're wanting to save memory, you're going to have to delete some stuff. Because I think it's like 2.5 gigs, if I remember right. I feel like I'm wrong. I'm probably way wrong. But anyways... yeah, go get it if you have the space and the money, because it's a fun game.
Not only is that a great recommendation, that's a great recommendation for this week, Tyler, because as of today in North America, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z is on sale. So there's a sale, and it's for Golden Week in Japan, and it's for all the Japanese made PlayStation games.
Nice.
And Dragon Ball Z is on sale from $39.99 regular price to $19.99 or $10 if you're a PlayStation Plus member. Son. Yeah, so
you have no excuse to not.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you
go get this
game, definitely grab it. It is fun. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to let my friend know, because he bought a Vita because of that game, and he still hasn't bought it yet.
Well, there you go. There's a ton of other games on sale too, so he should get PlayStation Plus and some money in his account, because there's tons of games on sale.
And the sale lasts until next Tuesday, right?
Yes, it does.
Perfect.
At least.
Me and him get paid on Friday because we work together. So.
Nice.
All right. Well, that does it for the VitaCast episode 23. So let's get out of here. Remember, you can find all of the stories that we talked about earlier on the VitaLounge.net, so go check them out. You can find us all on Twitter. I'm at Mr. PS Vita Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. Yuki is at Yuki_WR. Don't forget, you can find us on Facebook as well. Just search the Vita Lounge, and also sign up for our forum. Get in the conversation. Let us know what's going on. Talk to other gamers, Vita gamers, about Vita games and anything else gaming in general. And we've been slacking, or I've been slacking, I don't know, probably me. Lounge Play is our YouTube channel. I've actually I think it was last night or the other night, I uploaded some more of our podcast onto this channel, so I'm going to try to get caught back up, because I wasn't able to keep it up lately, so which could be taken the wrong way, so don't take that the wrong way. So yeah, I'm going to be putting up the podcast up there so I can get it up to date, and hopefully we can get Lounge Play started up again soon and be playing with you guys and recording the videos, and everyone will be happy and smiling, and you'll be dying by
calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. The first game we're playing is Hot Shots Golf.
All right. Deal. All right, well, let's get out of here. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.
Later, guys.